To see the screen. Okay, so we'll try to understand JSTL, what are the things, what are the components that will be falling under this presentation tier, and how do we understand this JSTL things, and what are the tag libraries that we need to work with, right? So how many things are available, how many tag libraries this JSTL is classified into, and also we'll try to execute few examples. So we know that JSP is basically meant for providing the presentation logic when we are working with any sort of web applications, so that it is going to read the data dynamically from the Pojo classes or bean components or any business components, all that, and is going to apply the proper formatting and then showcase all that output to the end users through the JSP pages. And here this standard tag library, or you can call it as JSP standard tag library, JSTL. This will provide you some new ways, some simplified components in the form of XML tags. In addition to the existing standard actions of JSP, like we work with JSP colon import, JSP colon forward, all that. So in addition to those things, if you wanted to work with any additional user-friendly tags, right? So all that job will be provided with the help of these JSTL components. So JSTL is just trying to help your JSP pages to implement all your logic pretty easily, rather than writing some lengthy lines of scripted code that should get embedded within your JSP pages. So we wanted to minimize the usage of writing the scriptlets. Then we will be trying to use these JSTL components. So that way our JSTL is going to provide you a set of standard components which are going to be utilized within the JSP pages. So that way all these things are going to be utilized as the presentation tier components. Like we can utilize servlets, we can utilize JSPs, wherein we'll be able to embed our dynamic content within the HTML, and all those JSP pages will be in turn getting translated into the servlet components, and then they will get deployed by that web server, underlying web server, and they will get loaded on that web server. So like the way we were using for the dynamic purpose the scriptlets, all that, now we will be able to replace, or will be able to minimize the usage of those scripted things with the help of these JSTLs. So that way this is how the entire platform of your own web application will be organized. Java language will be the core, on top of it Java Servlet API, on top of it JSPs, and then inside the JSPs we'll be trying to use all our tag libraries, using which we'll be able to build our own web pages. So that's how the stack of all these tools, all these technologies will form your application, right? So that way whenever we are trying to develop any JSP pages, there will be some scriptlets, means all your Java lines of code that gets embedded within certain template format and is able to access all your request response, which are all nothing but the implicit objects. And it also allows you to write some if statements, for loops, all such things. And then in addition to writing the scriptlets, or in addition to minimizing the usage of scriptlets, we'll be trying to use all these XML based actions which will be invoking the appropriate Java logic behind the scenes. That is what your tag libraries are provided for, right? So every tag library need to be defined at the top of every JSP page, and that tag library should be given with an appropriate prefix name that should be user defined prefix, and with the help of that prefix you will be able to invoke whichever the tag library action you would like to utilize inside your JSP page. So that way this JSTL is going to introduce you some new terminologies, new terms, as part of its own uh, introductory things like expression language and tag attributes. So expression language is a terminology which deals with how you are going to manipulating, how you are going to showcase all your expressions at the presentation layer. And every expression is going to be presented by using the respective action defined by that particular tag library, and each action is provided with a set of attributes, and every attribute is meant there for providing some additional information required for that action. So once we start working with these things, we will try to understand what expression language is trying to do all that. So expression language is to be considered as the most important feature of JSTL, right? So with the help of this, you will be able to access the data, whether it is there inside a bean component or inside an array component or a list component, map component, whatever it is. So in a pretty much generic way, you will be able to access the data for the purpose of presentation on your web page. So that is what your expression language or EL is going to be helpful to you. So that way this EL is not only providing you a universal way of data accessibility, but also it allows you to deal with arithmetic operators, to deal with logical relational operators, and it allows you to write some expressions, identifiers, and also it will be taking care of automatic type coercion. Like if you are trying to declare some variable x, and if you are trying to store some string type of data in that x, then you can say that this x variable is of type string. If you are trying to store some date value inside that x, then you can say that this x variable is of type date, right? So that way, based on the type of data we are trying to assign to that particular variable, the type of that variable will be automatically defined. So that feature, that facility is to be called as automatic type coercion. So all these services of EL, expression language, are little more elaborated each one slide. Like how do you write the expressions? So every expression you are going to write by putting dollar followed by the curly braces. So within that curly braces, whatever the expression you would like to write, you can mention that. Instead of writing the expressions of your JSPs, you can take the help of these JSTL expressions, right? And one more thing is, here also you'll be able to use the scope values, all the 4 scope values as defined in JSP, things like page, request, session or application. So the same thing is applicable even for the expressions or the variables that you are going to declare with the help of these JSTL expressions. And here the default scope would be the request scope, right? So once we start working with them, then you'll be able to understand. And the operators, you are pretty much aware of them. Like if you say dollar of 1 plus 2, so whatever the result of that 1 plus 2 will be there, that will be shown on your web page, right? So let's start working with these things so that you'll be able to understand. Automatic type coercion, right? So changing the type of data from one type to the other automatically, right? So it is all based on your variable, how it is. I mean, based on the type of data, the variable data type is going to be changing, right? Universal data access approach, like whether it could be index based access or the a common for loop mechanism is there using which you'll be able to provide, you'll be able to deal with that universal data access approach. And attributes means like to provide some additional information for that respective action, we need to deal with the attributes. So majority of the time, any action of JSTL is required some value attribute, var attribute, items attribute. So that way these 3 things are known as the common attributes. Right? So let's start working with them, then you can understand. So likewise all your tag libraries, I mean the entire JSTL is categorized into 4 tag libraries meant for the purpose of core activities. There is a core tag library. For the purpose of formatting functionality or to provide the support for internationalization activities, right? So today you are looking at your page from US, then the date format should be MMDDYY. If I am going to look at your website from my locale, I mean from India, then I should be able to see the date in the form of DDMMYY format. So that way, internationalization is a feature which helps to build one single website to view it from the respective locales as per the local standards. Right? So if I look at the website from India, then the date value should look in the format of what you call DDMMYY. Whereas when you look at it, when you take a look at that particular website from US local, then that particular date value need to be shown in the form of MMDDYY. So these facilities to visualize one single website from different locales is to be called as the internationalization feature. So for that purpose also one separate tag library is provided. So we'll deal with that. We'll try to understand that. And also to connect to the databases, to work with your databases. So you got relational database, SQL tag library you can call it. And for the purpose of your XML processing operations, XML tag library is there. So like that, these are the four major tag libraries. We are going to work with the first three things. And since XML is the outdated mechanism, we are not going to touch upon that. Right? So let's start working with these things. So these particular tag libraries are little more elaborately explained. Each one slide is allocated for them. So let's start working with the few examples so that you will be able to understand how JSTL is going to be slightly differing from JSP. Basically, it is meant for good readability, meant for the cleaner maintenance of the code base. That is what the main intention of having JSTL things. So let's try to write one simple scriptlet page. Then whatever this scriptlet is doing the same job, we'll also be able to do it by using JSTL. Right? So let's try these things. Who want to share your screen? Ahmed, shall I make you the presenter?
Sir, I have connectivity issues with my PC, so can you please connect through phone?
Yeah. So Raja Singh, shall I make you the presenter? Rishita, she also problem. Yeah, you can share yours. Good. Okay. Yes, Shikanya, I made you the presenter. Good. So please launch your Eclipse. Okay. There you go. What is the problem there in that mybean.jsp? Do you understand the problem? Rename your package there.
I already did that, sir, but I don't know what's the problem. I couldn't get that.
The package name is the problem. com.myweb.beans is the package name, not mybeans.jsp calendar. Right click on that. Then say refactor, rename. Yep, save that. Say OK. Right, OK. Then come inside mybeans.jsp, mybean.jsp. Give some space or some enter key and try to remove any one thing. No, errors are still there. You cannot run the page which contains errors. Remove that. Right, save. Where is your mybean.jsp and where is your class? Your class is in one different project and your mybean.jsp is in one project. Your
Then
bean
should I create
component
my
need to be there
package
in the
here?
same project, right? Go to Java resources. Java resources inside my web project. SRC folder.
Should my package be here?
Drag that one. com.myweb.beans from there. From your core Java practice, you can drag it to the SRC of my web project. Select that com.myweb.beans. You can go to your core Java practice SRC folder. So it is already there. So from there you drag it, select it and drag it to the SRC folder of my web project. Are you guys able to see any changes happening on our screen? For me, no changes. Hello? Are you there, Shrikanya? How about others? Are you able to see any changes happening on our screen? No, right? Okay. Seems either she got stuck or she got disconnected, not sure. As of now, it shows that she is available. But I suspect that she would have got disconnected. So who else can share the screen? Raja Singh, will you be able to share the screen for today? Hello?
Hello. Hi, sir.
Yes, is it Josna or Shikanya?
Yeah, sir. I can do it, but I have a small problem. Uh, my programs are not executing. If you wanna have a look, I can share my screen.
Yes, yes. Let us
Yeah,
take a
yeah,
look.
sure, sir.
Yeah, I made you the presenter.
hmm Actually, there is a problem with the installation of Tomcat server, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's showing this. Instead, I tried to execute few programs. Hello?
Yeah. Can you click the details button? Can you, I mean, can you make a little bigger font?
Is this okay, sir?
Okay. Go back to Eclipse. It says that some problem is there with your servers. So
Already I installed, sir, but yesterday when I tried to execute, it's showing this. Again I installed and again I installed.
no,
Yeah, it's okay, sir. If you it's going to be time waste, you can go
no, no,
ahead
wait,
for
wait,
this.
wait.
We'll try it.
Right click on that
Yeah.
servers at your click the OK button here,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Console.
no, not console. In your project explorer you can see servers. Just below your my web project, servers is there, right?
Yeah.
So
Just a minute,
go
sir. Just
there
get
to
it.
servers.
Mm-hmm.
Servers, last but second one. No. Not inside my web project. Servers is external. That one. Can you expand that servers thing? Or right click on that servers and go to the
Yeah.
right click and
Ah,
show
yeah. Right click. Which one, sir?
properties of it. Properties, the last option. Can you cancel this? Expand the servers tab. What is that it shows? It's not getting expanded.
Mm-hmm. No,
Okay.
sir.
Right click on your my web project. Right click and go to the properties of it. Properties.
Mm-hmm. Showing the same as.
It is not shown up. Properties are not yet able to see that.
No,
Ah,
came on my screen, sir.
now properties are shown. There is a server option there, right? So click the server option. Select the Tomcat v8.5 server localhost.
Mm-hmm.
And can you right click on that?
No, sir. It's not popping.
It's not allowing you to right click.
Mm-hmm.
Then come back to the, can you go to the, scroll up, scroll up on your left hand, this one, server, and there are some other settings. Can you select the deployment assembly or Java build path, down one? Java build path.
Did sir?
Just below that one there is Java build path. Can you please click that one?
I did, sir. It's showing up to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, select that Apache Tomcat v8.5. There are several instances of Apache Tomcat got created, so that is the problem.
How can I delete?
Click that remove button.
It's totally gone.
Right, now click add library. Add library button. Add library, not add jars. Add library, fourth button.
So there are a lot, I think. That's why it's.
I don't see anything. So select server runtime.
Yeah.
Several things got created there. So which one is correct?
Yeah.
You know. So keep,
Only five is correct, sir. That's what I'm deleting everything. They're not getting deleted, sir.
they won't get deleted from here. They got created somewhere else. So cancel these things.
No, it's not getting. Cancel?
Cancel these things and go to the console.
Ah. Yes, sir.
I don't see your console screen.
I,
There is servers tab. Just can you expand that one?
yeah.
Right click. Okay. And here configuration path. Can you click the browse button there?
Mm-hmm.
Cancel this. These all something somewhere gone wrong. Can you click that runtime environment drop down box?
They're all bot instances created.
Where from you created these many instances? I'm not able to understand.
Yesterday when it's
Okay, let's do one thing. Click the
okay.
file menu, I'll show you. There may be another approach to remove all of them. Click the file menu, new,
Which side?
new dynamic web project. Click that new runtime thing. So every time you would have clicked that new runtime thing.
Oh. Can I select 8.5?
Click the next button. Wait. See, the problem here is inside the downloads, click the browse button. Inside downloads, Apache Tomcat, then Apache Tomcat 859. That path. Second one you need to click.
Yeah.
Then it should not be the problem. You have picked the second one only, right?
Yeah.
So bin is there, conf is there, everything is there. Just click the cancel button on it. Click the cancel. Cancel. Just select those target runtime things.
Which one, sir?
You go to the new dynamic web project again. You cancel everything, it looks like. The target runtime drop down things, can you please select?
Where is that?
Target runtime.
Where is it? Oh yeah. Here is a target hunt.
It is a drop down box. Can you please click that drop down box? It is getting confused which instance it has to use. So not sure which one you have given correctly and which one is. So somehow you need to remove few of them. Which instance is pointing correctly, not sure. So that is where the error is coming up.
Oh.
So when that many number of instances you start keep running, they are all pointing to the same port number, all that, so they will get confused. So it will
I
definitely won't
understand. So
run
how
and
to
not
delete this?
able to verify. You need to remove those
How to
instances.
delete this? It's okay, sir. Let it be. Share the screen and take the class. Maybe it's getting late. I will work it on.
Yeah. Is Shikanya back? Shikanya, shall I make you the presenter again? Okay. Now save your mybean.jsp. Is the error gone away? Because you brought com.myweb.beans.jsp calendar. Spelling mistake, please correct that spelling. On line number 12, calendar, you said DER. Save. Right. Now it will run. Right? Good. Okay. Fine. Now let's go to web content. And let us create a new JSP page. Call it as scriptlet demo. Scriptlet demo.jsp. Just change the title of the page on line 7. Scriptlet demo. And then you can copy this style tag after line 7. Okay, so we are trying to define odd color, CSS. It is basically odd CSS, even CSS with one single property. For odd it is background color white. For even background color is gray. Okay, then copy this table definition inside the body tag. So we are trying to write a scriptlet to loop through the for loop, saying that for start my counter variable c at 1 and c less than, you can put c less than or equal to 10 or c10, whatever. And if that c is divisible by 2, then we would like to apply the even class and then print the value of that c. Else add class we would like to apply for that tr and then display the value of that c as an expression. Right? Save this and try to run this. So this way here there are 3 scriptlets written from line 20 to 23, one scriptlet, right? Then line 27 to 28 is one more scriptlet, and at the end to close that else block and the for loop, all that is one scriptlet, which is actually generating you the values of 1 to 10 on your web page in the tabular format, and each row is defined with the alternate background color. So all your odd numbers are given with the background color of white and the even numbers are given with the background color of gray, right? So this is how we are able to generate 1 to 10 numbers. The same thing we'll be able to generate it by using JSTL as well. So how do we do that? So let's create one more JSTL demo. Create a new JSP file, name it as JSTL demo.jsp. Finish it, and you can copy your style tag from your previous program. Yeah, title you can change JSTL demo. Go back to your scriptlet demo.jsp and you can copy line 8 to 16 and paste it there. Okay, and then to start working with JSTL things, we need to define one more directive in addition to the page directive called as tag lib directive. Copy this and paste it after line number 2. Like the way @page is there. So we are trying to define another directive called tag lib directive after line 2. It is another new directive, not part of page. Right. It is a tag lib directive which is defined with URI and the prefix. Save this. You will get an error. Right. So because that particular path is not accessible to that one. So to get it accessible, you need to download the jar file of your JSTL. So click this link, go to this page and you can download your JSTL jar. Slowly scroll down. No, not that one. Slowly scroll down, download JSTL-1.2.jar will be there. That link will be provided. At the end of all these files, you'll find that. Scroll little more, more, some more. Not completely till to the end, but after this list of files. There you can see the floppy icon. JSTL-1.2.jar.zip 367K. The above one. Right, click that. So it will be downloading you that zip file. Then after it gets downloaded, you can unzip that folder inside which you will find that .jar file. Say extract to. There you go. That is your JSTL1.2.jar is already extracted. It is there. It is there in your downloads folder already, not here. Go back to the downloads folder. That one. Copy that. Then go to your Eclipse. Go inside WebINF lib folder. Right click on lib and then paste that jar file. Paste. Then come back to your JSTL demo.jsp. The error will go away. Alright. Now inside the body tag of this page, as you declared your tag library with the prefix called C on line 3. So we wanted to use all those C actions, means core actions. So they are all these things. So copy this table definition. Right, save this. Run this. Yeah, it will prompt you to restart the server because you added a new jar file, right? Hence, it will be prompting you to restart the server. Let it be. So do you see the same output? Earlier, by using scriptlet, you generated the same output of numbers 1 to 10 arranged in the table rows with the respective background colors, all that. Now also you got the similar thing. Clear? So if you look at the code base of your scriptlet demo and JSTL demo, which one you find more readable? Go to your scriptlet demo and go to JSTL demo. So here, if any one bracket is missing or if any one percentage symbol is missing, then everything will be collapsed. I mean, it gives you errors. But here everything is arranged in the form of opening tag, table, opening tag and closing tag, then C:, for each which begins at 1 and ends at 10. Every time it is stepping up by 1 and all those values are stored in the variable I. So C:, for each is having its closing tag also at line 34, inside which it is trying to choose which class it need to pick. Choose C:, choose opening tag at line 22, closing tag at line 33. Right? So all these actions we are going to discuss in detail. But for now, if you look at the code base of your JSTL demo.jsp is more readable than your scriptlet demo.jsp. Right? So that's how we need to work with. That's how we need to prefer to go with the JSTL actions than writing everything in terms of scriptlets. You got the difference? And also every time to display the values, it is trying to use C:, out action. If you look at line number 24, inside the TD tag, you are using C:, out action, which is going to display you the value of that I in the form of JSTL expression, right? So this C:, out is known as an action which is going to evaluate the given expression or the variable, and it is going to produce that particular value of it as an output of your page, right? So let's try to understand that C:, out action, for which value is a mandatory attribute, right? So let us try to write a separate page which is going to demonstrate you the C:, out action. Create a new page in web content folder, name it as JSTL C out, JSTL C out.jsp, and you can change the title of the page as C:, out action demo. No, all are lowercase actually. C:, out is lowercase. C:, out demo. Yeah, out action demo. Anything is fine. Right. Now go back to your JSTL demo.jsp and you can copy line 3. Yes, line 3 you can copy it and paste it at the same position. After line 2 you can paste it. Right, Control Shift F. Then copy the lines of code that I am pasting inside the body tag. So I pasted 4 lines of code, bring it inside the body tag of the page. Right, so if you observe line number 11, it is trying to display the value of a variable called x. So there is no such variable available on this page. right? So if no such value available, no such variable is available, then the default value will be displayed there. Whatever you will be mentioning for the default equal to some value, that value will be printed. Then break means go to the next line. Then is trying to declare a variable by using set action. Var equal to I, value equal to 10. Means variable name is I, value is 10. So that set is another action which is used to declare the variables. Right? Then on line 15 he is trying to print the value of that I by using out action. Value equal to of I. Then the last one is out value of of I plus 10. Right? So let's see what it is going to print you. Save this and run this page. So what happened? The very first line of output is no such variable x available, hence it is printing you the default value. Then it is printing you the value of I. Then it is evaluating the expression I plus 10, which is nothing but 10 plus 10, which will be 20. That gets printed. So this way we will be able to use this out action to print something, some messages on our web page. Right? Then let's deal with that set action, which is used to declare the variables. So the variable declaration you have seen here. And the other usage of set action is used to set the values for any properties of the bean components. That also will be able to do it. So now I want you to create this class. So copy this whole class and right click on your SRC folder and paste it there. Copy this class including the package definition. Right. Go to the SRC folder. Right click on SRC folder and paste it. Right click on SRC folder and paste it. Press Ctrl Shift F inside the person.java. So you can see that person class is declared in that package com.myweb.beans, defined with two properties, first name and last name. And person constructor is also provided and getters and setters for both of those properties are defined. Now I want to use this person class inside my JSP. Okay. So go there and create a new JSP to demonstrate the set action. JSTL cset.jsp. set action demo is the title. Set action demo. Then you can copy that directive, page taglib directive from line 3. Please save that person.java, it is not saved. And we want to use that to be imported here. So copy this import attribute inside the line 2. So import is an attribute of your page directive that should be there before closing your not within double quotes of that page encoding attribute. So that double quotes belongs to the page encoding attribute. Yes, there you can paste it and remove that space before that whatever you intentionally added, not that one. You made a space inside the double quotes of your page encoding that you need to remove. Yes, import you need to give the space. Right, save this. So this is going to import the person class, right? And then to get this class, to use this class as a bean component, we need to use the JSP colon use bean action. Copy this. Inside the body tag you can copy. Right? So this JSP colon use bean action is trying to declare one object of that person with the ID called person. So now let us use C colon set action. Copy all these actions. So it is going to set the values for your first name property, last name property of that person object, person bean, and then it is going to select that ampersand LT semicolon at the beginning, including semicolon. Control F, replace with less than symbol, replace all button, and click the close button. Save it. Give a space inside the value. Value, double quote, space, then remove the space. Right, save. Right. Sometimes it happens. Okay. So now just check that line 12, what it is trying to do. C colon set target means it is targeting certain object. So the target value is nothing but the ID. That ID you are declaring it there by using the dollar expression, dollar of person. Right. So on that targeted object, which property you want to target? I want to target the first name property. Then value. So whichever the value you would like to pass, that value. Then line number 13. It is again the target person, property equal to last name, value equal to whatever the value you would like to. Then by using these two properties, I would like to prepare one more local variable. That job is done on line number 14, saying that C colon set var equal to full name, then value equal to dollar of person dot first name within curly braces, space, then dollar of person dot last name within curly braces. So it is going to join those two values with that space. Then I would like to print the value of that full name variable. That job is done by using your C colon out action. Right? So that's how you are able to print them. Save this and try to run this. Restart. Why restarting? Because you added a new class called person.java. It is restarting the server and is printing you the value. So you want to recheck that. Go back and modify those values. Value equal to whatever the value you would like to give. You can give there. And you can test that one. Refresh the page. Right? There you go. So this way you will be able to get these outputs by using your C colon set action and C colon out action, all that. And there is one more is there, C colon remove. So which one you want to remove, that you can mention. So go there to line number 16 and you can copy this one. C colon remove. Copy this. Where your full name variable will be removed. Now copy your line 15. and paste it after line 16 by putting BR tag. Put BR tag after line 16. Right. Press enter and paste it. Paste that C:" out. So here say default equal to, value is removed. That variable is removed. So when it is removed, so you will not be having anything. So try to put some default. Default equal to, before closing that. Yeah, default. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Big no. Why double quotes? Default is an attribute. The value of the attribute should be enclosed within double quotes. Default, all lowercase, equal to double quotes. So within double quotes you can put something, say n by a, means not available. N by a, n oblique or na. You can put na, no problem. Save this, refresh the page, just check that whether it is working or not. Right? So your variable got removed and the default value you are trying to print there. So which you can verify it by putting some default attribute value, which is displaying you that. So who removed it? C:"remove action has removed it. So like that C:"set, C:"out and C:"remove are the very basic things which are useful to deal with the variables or identifiers, all these things. Right? So we'll stop here for today and tomorrow we'll continue the core tag library and also the formatting tag library, all that. Do you have any questions? Okay. So if no questions, we'll catch up tomorrow. Alright. Thank you, Shikanya. Thanks for sharing the screen. Okay then. See you tomorrow.